Right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Oh, wow. I'm going to get this reset up. I'm sorry. Move the mic around for a minute. It's just going to be a second. I'll get it fixed. All right. Good morning. Welcome, traders. It is Monday, August 16th, 2021, and hope everybody had a great weekend. We are going to have an interesting week in the stock market, to say the least. So with that being said, we've got some key events coming up. We've got Powell this week. Believe Opex. So yeah, we have to keep in mind that this market is just very reactionary to anything involving the beer bug. So let's make sure we keep our biotech or our our variant plays in check a little bit, not get too hung up on one specific sector. With that being said, there's a couple stocks I like this week. We're going to definitely check those out. Morning chat, audio and chat check. Looks like the chat might be working. So, welcome. My name is Algo, and I am a FlowTrade pro trader. Also, I specialize in dark pool, block trade, and technical analysis. For those of you that are just joining me, welcome. I use a smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm software. It's provided by FlowTrade. I will be going over any divergences I see. I'll be using this 4-panel chart that you see in front of you. It is really quickly. The purple line is the regular algo, white is price action, red horizontal lines are block trades, regular block trades. The purple ones, or the blue ones are dark pool block trades. If you see me draw a white line across the screen, it's going to be a dark pool and block trade that's so close to each other you can't really distinguish between the two. I usually use yellow to mark up support, resistance, and directions, as well as the algo and just any key important areas. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple requests, see if there's anything on Twitter that people are interested in, and let's see. All right. Okay, morning. Looks like we got some people showing up. If you have a request, let me know in chat. There was a request from the YouTube video over the weekend to go over Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. So first come, first serve. They hit me up. I'm going to go ahead and check those out real quick, and we will go from there. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, very similar looking charts. Pfizer has definitely got a lot more block trades. Johnson & Johnson, nice strong uptrend. The algo, nice vertical algo. Boom. So there's no real divergence to speak of. The algo's basically consolidating on the 15-minute chart. I'm going to drop it down to the 1 minute real quick and see if that does anything. Just check real quick. And yeah, got to move some stuff around here for a second, and then we'll get going. So it's over here. Let's see, that goes. Serious? I can't move it back? What kind of crazy business is this? Oh, lame. Lame, I can't move it back. And we're going to go with this over here. Okay. Well, super technical analysis real quick. Having issues with everything. Don't know why, but looks like things are trying to be a pain. For some reason, Toss wanted to restart on me. That's always a good way to start the day. Always a good way to start the day when Toss doesn't want to cooperate. Okay. All right, so Johnson & Johnson, massive increase, probably from this block trade that came in on the 13th. Looks as though it's just consolidating. So steady increase in consolidation. I would say Johnson & Johnson should continue to the upside. We may come back and retest this 175.29 level, which is where the block trade occurred. 175.29, so about $1 drop to test support for the next move to the continuation to the upside. I'd have to pull it up on a chart to give it a little bit more confirmation, but this is a nice strong uptrend. All right, we've got a block trade for support. So Johnson & Johnson should be able to continue long. It didn't make my list this week, so it didn't come up on my scanner. Bull flag breakout, 3-bar play. Currently trading at 2 ATR. That's kind of a little overextended. I'd like to see it come back and back test the breakout level at 170. So with Johnson & Johnson, so if it reverted to the mean, which would be point of control and VWAP, that would be a good setup for the next move to the upside. That would represent about a $3 drop, however. So I'm not sure it's going to do that. We got stack positive moving averages, squeezes released, MACD is positive and increasing, Bollinger Bands are the RSI, nice little RSI bounce off the mid. Johnson & Johnson. The way I would play this is any pullback to support, I would look to go long if it maintains that support. So, you know, back testing 175.90 or even possibly coming down and testing, you know, point of control 174. So if the market dumps, look for this 174 level to hold. Okay. All right. I've got to figure out what's going on with my toss really quickly. So very frustrating. So very, very frustrating. Let's see if it loads up this time. All right, the next request was for Pfizer, PFE. Okay. Pfizer's over here on the right. Pfizer has a lot more regular block trades coming through, so it's going to provide support and basically stair-stepping its way up. The algo is currently consolidating with a little bit of a pull to the downside. Let me just mark up some of these block trade levels here real quick. All right, so first of all, the algo, generally it's bullish, right? Looks like they've been pretty much buying pretty consistently. The algo has consolidated for the last couple days. Give me the right tool. There we go. Looks like the algo's been consolidating in this area. If it breaks this block level that I'm about to show, I would be looking for Pfizer to pull back. So Pfizer's got this cluster from 47.86 to 48. Pretty significant support. There's an additional cluster here that is providing the algo with support. Okay. We've got rising. All right, so we've got upward trend line support. We've got resistance. So basically there's a flag that's forming. It's a longer term flag. So look for this little cup and handle breakout to the upside. If it releases, then you know it's going to take out previous highs. We do have a cluster trade. So we've got a regular and a dark pool level right here at 46.40, or excuse me, 47.40. We're going to use that as support. So if it does fail through 48, look for it to come back test 47.50. A break below that, and I think that the algo would have started selling, and we'll have to readdress. We'll have to look at it again. just because the algo is not giving us any clear direction. I don't know if that helps or even makes sense, but as far as Pfizer is concerned, all right, so let me throw toss over here now that it's finally cooperating. All right, so cup and handle, possible pullback to support at the rising 200 SMA, which is at 4750, that 4750 area. Does look a little overextended at trading at over 3 ATR. Yeah, it's pretty overextended. Like intraday's got some bullish sentiment, right? Excuse me. Apologize about that. The daily, however, looks like it needs a pullback to maybe 46. Yeah, so I think it's going to pull back a little bit. I don't know how far. It depends on what the market does at open. But it looks pretty overextended, right? Morning, morning, morning. All right, so that was Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. I need to take a drink real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you guys didn't need to hear me cough. It had a little tickle in the throat. All right, so I had created a little list that I wanted to go into. Just some on-the-fly picks. Just something, you know, I've done a lot of research over the last little while. Did Pfizer. These stocks all look or are poised to make a move, and I have not ran them through the algo yet to see what's going on with them. Okay, which is what I'm doing now. Did I lose? Interesting. Very interesting. My screen's got all jacked up. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to check out some futures. Then we'll check out some Fibonacci levels. Then we'll jump in and check out some of these stocks that I'd picked. All right, so looks like futures. What do we got going on here? Very choppy. ES sold off, came down, found support, failed to make a higher high, came back down, failed to make a lower low. So this looks like a little bit of consolidation. The Russell, excuse me, YM, same kind of deal, just very choppy. NQ sold off, a little double bottom, possible Wu-Tang reversal here on the NQ. 15,060 is support. Keep an eye on that. 15,060. The Russell, very choppy. Gold, on the other hand, looks like it's starting to rip, which means crude's going to be down. Keep an eye on crude this week. There's a lot of Middle East news coming out, for lack of a better word. Bonds, W pattern. Bonds could be interesting. The weekly pivot for bonds is at 165, so breaking the close above that, bonds can continue higher. And I can't remember what 6J is, but very choppy. Another chop fest. So yeah, just don't get overly committed in one position, because you never know when things will change. All right, I'm going to look at some futures here real quick. Or excuse me, some fib levels for key sectors and key stocks. Make sure that, oops, get rid of that guy. Oh, what a horrible screenshot. Let me get another one. That's better. All right, fib levels for a lot of the areas that we just talked about. The Dow has had a lot of news. It's very choppy. Again, range bound. The Russell looks like it came down and it tested the 786 retracement. So if that level holds 2204.89, look for another move to the upside on the Russell, which would be good. That would be my IWM play. It's going to be good today. ES, this is just This is a fade. Below the 50, below the 200. Kind of sketchy. Nvidia, they have earnings coming out this week, I think. We'll have to check out earnings a little bit. Rising 200, rising 50, closed above it. 202.31 is a 1272 extension, right? Look for reverse, or excuse me, look for a possible rejection at that levels. All right, crude, just been selling off, right? We've got support coming in at 66.13, right? 55.97, massive support level here, as you can see with crude. Gold, look at that perfect bounce right off of that fib level. 1772 for gold, right? Nice retracement. Currently broke the 786. I would look for it to come up and test this 172 at 1788. That's gold. Oh, Google. So there's some news that came out about Google and Sono, where I believe Google was hit with a antitrust suit, maybe? If I can find it. All right, the U.S. International Trade Commission issued a decision on the case involving Google and Sonos, ruling that Google infringed 5 of Sonos's patents. So, bad news for Google, possibly run, right? It is, right, it is uptrending. Oh, right. It is uptrending 276821, possible target on Google. If it fails, I believe this level here, below that, we test lows, and then we come back down and test 2709. Netflix, range bound chop. I mean, you could sell an iron condor 520, 530, 520, 510, or an iron fly. If you want to go a little wider, you could do 515, 530, 515, 500 on Netflix. Just, yeah, Netflix is range bound. All right, we don't want to save that. Here we go. Okay. AMC. There's a ton of options flow interest for this week's expiration coming in from last week. So AMC, I feel like AMC is going to have one of those explosive weeks. I'm going to try to grab some lotto long calls at the bell. AMC is currently selling off. Should make that a little bit easier. Monthly expirations this week, so things will get very volatile. So keep that in mind. Okay. All right, back to the charts. So Goldman Sachs, Algo has been trading with price action. Looks like we had a little bit of a sell-off back to support, gap fill to the downside. The Algo is just, I mean, it's just legit trading with price action. There's no way for me to really distinguish between the two. That's why I'm not, like, I want to get into the financial sector because I feel like there's the financial sector will benefit from any sort of Fed tapering. But Goldman is just, there's no clear decisive divergence. However, MasterCard, look at this. This is gorgeous. MasterCard may be the play that I didn't even notice over the weekend, or I was looking at, I made the decision to go with some other stocks instead. So nice strong net buying uptrend. Initial divergence occurred on the 10th. Obviously some of those micro divergences have played out, right? We've got uptrending trendline support. There's a gap that needs to be filled. So we're forming a nice little pennant to the gap fill. If we can take out this level here, I would look to come and test previous highs, right? Kind of stair stepping way up. That's the move I'd anticipate for MasterCard on a break. Just circle this. Really on this, oh, come on, give me the right tool. Circle. There we go. So the break of that 362.75. I actually like MasterCard for the open. Come on. You can do it. Sorry, I'm just resetting my futures charts here. Yes, support off of the 1530 Kelvin channel bottom. We're in the weekly bottom cloud. That's not really necessarily the best position for us to be. We were doing so much better when we were above it. We broke this longer term trend line resistance, right, that I'd set from way back in the day. That snapped, so we do have room to the downside. Yeah, it could get real ugly real quick with ES. Falling wedge. Right, actually it's more of a falling megaphone, which is even worse for chop. It did come down tip top 4100, broke 44.53, sold off, currently at support. We made range trade for a little while. ES is just nasty. However, MS or MA, MasterCard, while it's choppy, it's currently got support of the daily cloud bottom. It's also at the bottom of the 4-hour Keltner channel. It needs to break up and into it before I get super interested in it. Let's see how this chart looks. I'm test driving those new colors for these charts, so we'll keep a look on it, right? The squeeze is about to do a slingshot squeeze release. Currently, we're outside of the bottom of the 4-hour Keltner channel. We need to get back up into it. So if we can get some nasty supply zones in here, we got to get through. See what this chart has to say. I think 364 is going to be the ticket. All right, so MasterCard's trading at -2 ATR, rising 200 support below us, right? We got to get, yeah, we got to take out some of these previous lows. So I'm thinking the safe play is break a 366.75 for a move to the upside. A little bit more aggressive play would be break a 364.50. So if we can break and close above this level here, let me just see if I can throw it. Still getting used to these charts. There we go, right? Let's just call it 365, right? If we can get above 365, we've got a little bit of a 200 SMA headache. $1.50 above that. So, yeah, just be careful with that. There is a potential move. There's a potential play from 362 to 365. But I would feel much, you know, we have longer term, we've got a lot more room to move, okay? So I'm going to look for a break. I'm going to just go ahead and set an alert here. All right. Check MA for breakout. And take a breakthrough. I guess that'll work. I'm not super familiar with these alerts with TrendSpider. I'm still trying to learn it. But the move would be this. The move would be from previous high, right? This previous high to this current low that we're in, right? So the retracement from high to low, which would come back to the 382, which is 372. So there's a 370, there's a $10 move. At least the retracement to 372. Keep in mind, point of control is at 368, right? So it may just be a move to point of control. We also have the mean coming in right at 375. So key level 375 is the mean. It's also VWAP, highest volume, and it's also 50% retracement from this high to this low. Okay, I do like MasterCard because of the Algo move. All right, this is pretty strong. So I'm definitely going to write that guy down. We're going to do MasterCard. I'm going to target. So yeah, that 375 comes in at the weekly mid, daily mid, 4-hour top. This is that level I'm targeting. So just get that there. MA 375. All right, that was MasterCard. Starbucks. Not super impressed with what Starbucks has got going on here. Actually, I haven't been impressed with Starbucks lately. They've got a block trade at 117.09. If it gets above that, Starbucks could go long. However, the algo's diverged to the downside. FSLR, while it's trading with price action, this just been a slow melt to the upside. There are some other ones that I wanted to look at. IDX has earnings today. EA and ATVI both had some bad news coming out about criticism over the state media over online games. Chinese large cap stocks listed in the U.S. fall in pre-market trading on Monday amid another round of criticism from state media over online games. Okay. Right, so IDEX, IDEX owes me a lot of money. That's why I'm just looking at it, right? You have seen a few dark pool programs, and I don't see stocks running after these big orders. What do you think I'm missing? Morning, Logan. Can you be more specific with a stock or a ticker so I can look at it? Dark pools are so technically... They're just... they're hard to tell. But give me the ticker and let's look at it. EA is just kind of trading with price action, a little bit of a sell-off on Friday. Activation, same kind of deal. I'm not super invested in either one of those. I'm just going to have them on watch just based on news. FSLR, oh, Carvana, CVNA is another one I wanted to check out. Alright, so Carvana could be interesting here. While the algo is trading with price action, right? We don't really have any block trades to speak of. However, it's a lot. So tech regulation is rotating into funds. I just saw a little message about that. So let's see here. We formed some pretty nice little base of support, right? Got this little wedge that we're looking to break out. The algo has been consolidating for the last couple of days, right? I may be trying to force this a little bit, but I like the technical pattern of it. And with the algo pointed up like that, I think that Carvana has an opportunity to make a little bit of a move to the upside. Kind of a little sleeper there, right? We got a little sleeper. Got a little bit of a sleeper stock. Look at that bull flag. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. Carvana daily top, 4-hour mid, bull flag. Look for the breakout, bull flag breakout to go above the daily top. Testing previous highs at 377, right? So we have an opportunity here. Our squeeze is, looks like a little neutral, but we're in a high compression squeeze. So if that does fire, it could fire to the upside. This is a nice little pattern here, right? The algo, trading with it. I'm going to watch Carvana, CVNA. The 380s on Carvana. Okay. Alright, some other ones that I had looked at. Roblox has earnings today, so we got to keep an eye on that. So does Goive. I also want to look at McDonald's, HD, Home Depot. Alright, so Roblox just trading with price action. This is just a range. I may try to get a Roblox trade. Goive. McDonald's could be a good play. The algo is trading with price action, but it's almost vertical. So we'll do an analysis on McDonald's. HD, I like this one. A little bit of bullish divergence. Block trade target at 335. We're going to check this one out too. Alrighty. So Roblox earnings play. Alright. McDonald's lower left corner here. No block trades in the last 11 days. Possible longer term cup and handle forming. The algo has been pretty much net buying. What I'm really interested in is this vertical that you see here. We've got some trendline support. Don't know if I want to call it possible rising wedge. We got a previous low that's going to be resistance. We got to get through that. We got to get through this level, right? And then we can start trying to take out some of these previous highs. So McDonald's on the chart. Nice daily move on McDonald's. $3.50 ATR. Nice bounce off of the weekly Keltner channel mid. Looks like we got above the daily mid, so look for the move from the daily mid to the daily top at 244. Check out what the 4-hour says. This is a slingshot release down here. I don't know if it's going to let me draw on it, but hopefully it does. Sweet. When I talk about a squeeze slingshot release, this is the move I'm talking about, right? From, support, neutral, increasing, high compression squeeze releases that it just did at the end of Friday. So pull back to the top of the 4-hour top, daily mid. I'm going to target 245 on McDonald's. McDonald's looks pretty dang good today. So MCD 245. Contrarian, if this level rejects, right? If the 238 level rejects, currently trading at 239, a fib retracement, low to high, back down to low, gives us support. Right, so if we do have to back test this 382, which would be coming in at 235, that seems like an awful lot. That is the 4-hour mid though. So if we break down and reject off the daily mid, come back and test the 618. If that fails, we're going to test the 50% retracement, which would be the 4-hour mid. So look for a potential bounce off of that. So this is the preferred move. I guess I should make that a different color. All right, that's the preferred move. However, we may have to do one of these. Right, so that's McDonald's. I like that this squeeze is released. Probably got some pretty good stacked moving averages. Yeah, so our moving averages are stacked positive. We got positive stacked moving averages. We've got a supply zone that we have to take out at 240. So while there is a $2 move, I'm really interested in becoming a buyer on that break. right? So that would be break at the 50%. We could test the 618, which is at 241. However, I do like the move, right, to, what did I say? 245? Maybe 245 or 250s. Those are going to be on watch. Yeah, I mean, I could possibly consider this, right? Our Wu-Tang pattern reversal. Potentially, that's the move, right? If we fail off of that, we've got pointed control coming in at 236, right? 245 target, POC 236, which is also the 200 SMA on 15-minute chart. Yeah, I like McDonald's. All right. HD, Home Depot. This is the last one. So the Home Depot is pretty much net buying. Algo has been consolidating for the last... Seriously, come on. Yeah, the Algo has been consolidating for the last couple of days. However, it is turned to the upside. I'm not super impressed with this little breakdown of upward trendline support. So that's a little concerning, but it did come back in and fill this gap that it had, right? Came back down and filled that gap. So look for that support at 331, possibly maybe even 330.50. Yeah, well, whatever these previous lows were. I'm going to show you, I'm going to showcase something with you for everyone here real quick. So if there's ever a question of the importance of the Wu-Tang pattern reversal, I'm going to illustrate it here. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. My drawing tools aren't the best, but whatever. You guys get the point, right? It's an awesome move there. So HD, I'm looking for current support to hold. We have a dark pool level at 335, so that's going to be the initial target. Right, that would be back up and testing that trend line. Depot. It's not a bad move, actually. So it's very symmetrical in that it's making the moves that it's making are, yeah, that it's pretty much right in line. Let me, right, so it's held its longer term upward trend line support. I don't know where I'm pulling that off of, but I doubt it's here. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3 taps, trend lines confirmed, direction is bullish. This is a good buying opportunity. I'd look for this squeeze to fire off to the long side. We've got weekly or daily mid 4-hour bottom support at 329.25-ish. However, this rising trend line support is probably more important. I would look for a move up to previous highs at 335.95 before we come back up and test. All right, so I'm going to target daily top, which is 336. Let's see, I'm basically going to target the previous high level, 336. Where that dark pool is at 335. So HD 335 call. It's going to have to maintain. All right, this is all right. So whenever I talk about reversion to the mean, this is what I'm talking about. So HD was trading at 2 ATR. It reverted back to the mean. This white line, this 21, and it seems like anytime it hits 2 ATR, it pulls back to the 21. 2 ATR, pull back to the 21. 2 ATR, pull back to the 21. So I want to play the move to 2 ATR, which is, I mean, 340 isn't out of the picture. 335, 340. Keep that on, on the watch. Little doji reversal pattern right at the VWAP high, 2 ATR, trendline support, right? Consolidation, oversold, right? Excuse me, overbought on our RSI. MACD's been flat and consolidating. Like there is, like we're below the 200 SMA, we're below the 50. We've got, our moving averages are stacked negatively against us. So I don't know if we've got to try to take out, like if there's a demand zone in here that's going to be causing us grief. Yeah, I think there's a little micro demand zone in here that's going to cause us some grief. So I'm looking for support 329 down to about we'll just call it 329.50. Nope. I mean, Home Depot is right at support. I mean, it's got a little bit of more room down to like 329.88, but I like it just bounce play off of here. So if it does break down, 335 is dark pool level. No, sorry, wrong side. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. Earnings. Oh, thank you. So earnings for HD tomorrow. Sweet. Okay. I didn't even see that. I got to figure out what the hell is going on. How am I missing earnings? Nothing is displaying earnings for me. Except for that big pink thing right there. Shit. Okay. All right, so HD is going to be an earnings play. Thanks. I'm so happy everybody brought that up. I will look at HD for earnings. I'll have to pull it up on my toss charts, but essentially I'm going to sell an iron fly, probably based on whatever the expected move is. Maybe 335, 340, 335, 330, depending on what the expected move is. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry, I screwed up. My bad. I do like HD. So HD is a great earnings play, and then I really got to run. So HD is a great earnings play in that they're limited with the amount of profit that they can actually show. So their last earnings, right? Here's their last earnings. A little bit of a sell-off. Last earnings, a little bit of a sell-off. Last earnings, a little bit of a sell-off. Last earnings, a little bit of a sell-off, right? Last earnings, a little bit of a sell-off. This earnings, a little bit of a sell-off, but since it's so early in the week, they can recover throughout the week, right? Earnings, a little bit of a sell-off for 2 days, and then they ripped. Earnings, a little bit of sell-off for 2 days, and they ripped. Is there a pattern here? Yes. Earnings, a little bit of sell-off for 3 days, and then they ripped. Earnings, more of a sell-off for 3 days, more about a week. Massive rip. So HD is limited on there's a whole thing. I may do a video on it tonight. maybe HD video based on the earnings play I take. I'll try to get one done. All right, that's it. I got to run. Thanks for joining me. Oops, sorry. My name is Algo. I'm here every Monday morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. All I ask in return for all of this that I'm doing is hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitter. Maybe, give me a little shout out or something like, hey, thanks, bud. Okay. I will catch y'all tomorrow if I don't see you in Twitter or the trade rooms that I'm involved with. But yeah, have a great day. Stay green, stay safe. Once again, I am looking at MA, Carvana. Those are really going to be the only two because of the earnings in Roblox and McDonald's. Oh shit! I didn't even look at. I don't. I might have time. Let me just check it out. This may be another one of those BA 30-second TAs. All right. So people were hitting me up on Twitter over my review of Moderna. I was like, oh yeah, Algo flow. And they're like, well, there's no divergence. I'm like, oh, I know there's not divergence. And I didn't post it for divergence. I was trying to show block trades. There's a dark pool level of support at 380, 381. We've got $5 regular block trade increments above that. So 400, 405, 410. That's manipulation. Break of 410, we gap to 443. Well, we just juicy, chunky rip to 443. Okay, so I like mRNA for a variety of reasons, and let me show you what I'm trying to illustrate here. These are block trades at $5 increments. We have a dark pool level of support that we've been sitting at for the last couple days. 380, 381 is support. The algo is trading with price action. I'm going to target this level here. So if Moderna can get above the 410 level, that 4443.34 is a very easily attainable target, right? We've got overall uptrend. Okay. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 taps, 4 taps. The algo may curl up. Invax may be the more aggressive play, and that it's probably going to rip a little bit more because it's obviously more affordable. It's half the price. Block trade resistance, support. So that's it. All right, I got to run this time for sure. Thanks for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a safe day. Stay safe, stay green. If you don't know what to do, cash is position.